guys? Today's the day. We're going to put Cobey's 4Runner engine back together. We got a little crazy and just tore it down. We didn't film any of it. But he ended up buying a motor from the junkyard, and it needed a lot of work on the heads. And then we found another motor that was way cheaper than a brand new set of heads that was in a lot better shape. So we got that torn down, and we found that it just needed head gaskets. I think just one side was blown, all we could see, but the inside of the engine looked way better. So we're going to go ahead and put that together. So today we're going to reseal the whole motor, do the head gaskets, and then just get the rest of it cleaned up, get everything ready. Hopefully he bought everything he needed. So I'm going to gather up some tools and head his way. So we're going to hone the cylinders. We're not going to pull pistons, but we're just going to give it a quick refresh. We're also going to get rid of the ridge on the top of the cylinders. It's not too bad, but again, we're already there, so we might as well do it. And then, of course, we need to torque the heads down. Had to make a list because I'm not going to remember what I thought about yesterday. I'm a big list guy. Okay, grinder. Couple buffing wheels. We're also going to take a wire wheel to the top of his pistons, make sure they're all clean. Might as well while we're at it. We need some music also. Cobey doesn't even have a radio in his garage yet. What a loser. I think that should do it. I'll grab a few more tools, an air compressor, and a hose, and I think we got it.
What's up? I'm Cobey. This is my 1990 Toyota 4Runner that my dad bought 15 years ago and let it rot in a field at my grandparents' house. The engine was pretty bad seized. I mean, I drowned it in marble mystery fluid for like 2 months and it wouldn't move at all. So
Yeah.
I bought another engine from the junkyard. Chandler helped me tear that one out. And that one needs a lot of work, so I just bought this one off Facebook Marketplace. It doesn't seem that bad. So we're gonna try and throw this one together, do a lot of work this weekend, and see what happens.
Yeah. We got it all torn down, like I said earlier. We didn't film it because we just kind of spurred the moment. But so here's the carnage. The guy said it had a bad head gasket, but I could only see like one little spot. I can't even remember which side it was. It had a tiny little blowout somewhere. Anyway, the heads look great. The cams, the valves, everything looked good. So we're just gonna do a head gasket on it and then reseal the whole engine, give it a good cleanup. He's got most of it cleaned up pretty good. So we're just gonna go through and thoroughly clean it, make sure all the water jackets are cleaned out, clean all the corrosion, all the grime off of the pistons. It's in really good shape though. Not as bad as the other one. We decided maybe that one we'll just hold on to it and build something with forged internals and make a boosted motor for it eventually. Who knows? But for now, we're just gonna finish cleaning it up and then start getting it resealed. The goal is by the end of the weekend, like Sunday night, have it back in there. Because what are we trying to do in a couple weeks?
I'm trying to go to the Gambler. It's in April sometime.
Hell yeah. Gambler 500, baby.
This is the only way that this guy's going because he's trying to get out of Utah, apparently.
I'm moving down south, so I can't commit right now. But as it gets closer, we'll decide. But either way, we're gonna get it there, so he can go. If I'm not there, he'll be there. Either way, we're gonna figure something out.
That gasket, dude.
Got the gasket sprayed. Also got the head gaskets over here. Defund the HOA. We're hanging them in the tree to dry. Just a little precaution like I like to do. This is what my grandpa told me. Spray your metal gaskets, head gaskets. I'm just doing what the old man said. We got all the buffing down. Got all the surfaces cleaned up. Clean the pistons. We're gonna start filling all the coolant passages and make sure there's no debris so we don't get any clogs. And then make sure it's all nice and clean. Lose pressure for a second.
It's a big ass hose, I guess.
Yeah, but we haven't done the ridge or the hone yet. We want to do that after we get the water, just in case any flash rust or anything happens from moisture. Blow through. Oh, we're getting a little mess right there. Well, we're gonna wash it and then we'll check up with you guys again. Next, we're gonna ridge the cylinders. You can kind of see. You can see where the rust line stops. That's the ridge. That's where the top of the piston is hitting at the top before it goes back down. There's a little bit of a ridge. So I've got this pretty cool tool. It'll center itself in the cylinder and then you spin this around and it has a little blade here that'll actually self square to the block, and it's just gonna take just that ridge off, so it'll be a smooth transition. This one's not too bad, but while we're here, we're gonna do it anyway. But if you have a really bad ridge, if you don't fix that ridge, the cylinder will go up. The piston ring is going to hit that, and it can break your piston ring. So while we're here, we're just going to do it anyway. And because there's a little rust, we just want to make sure these cylinders are as clean as possible. So we're just going to drop this down in, and then tighten this bolt. That'll lock it in. Okay, we're in.
Beautiful.
And then now we're going to set the edge. So we're just going to touch it. Let's snug these up. And now we just spin this. And as we rotate it, it's on a screw, so it's going to work its way up slowly, kind of like a little mill. We're just taking that edge off.
A little tool to take the edge off.
Yep. Now I'm filling it. Taking all that rust off. And there we are. There you go. You see, it wasn't too bad. You can just see just a tiny little mill mark, but it took all the rust off, so now there's nothing, no ridge at all.
No lip.
So we'll go ahead and do it to the rest of them, and then we'll get to honing the cylinders. Time to hone the cylinders. Obviously, we didn't take the pistons out, so we can't get all the way down there, but we're gonna do the best we can. I just like some WD-40 in there. And you just stick them in, nice and easy. This will get any flash rust out and just give us a little cross hatching. A little bit of, we might as well while we're here. Grab a towel and see how it looks. They didn't look too bad when we pulled the heads, but doesn't hurt to give a little love. There you go. I don't know if you can kind of see a little spin marks. That's all we're doing. That'll just help the rings ride in the cylinder good, just to make sure we don't have any issues.
Nice.
Not bad. Now we gotta do 5 more times. Got the cylinders all cleaned up. We got a little bit of flash rust here from washing it down, so we're gonna buzz that all off one more time. And I think we're ready to put the heads back on. Gasket time and the heads. You want to grab that head? Let's do the left side first.
Okay.
Yep.
This one.
Throwing them in. Make sure you got the washers in place still. Looks like we do.
Washer.
And just get them hand snug, and then we'll look up the torque specs and the pattern. Make sure we get these torque down right.
What the hell, kid?
Definitely have to give it a good wash once it's all sealed up. It's looking pretty good though. The guy that we got it from, they were just doing a flip job, so they just got a motor that was running, and we're just gonna put 2 or 3 days into it and we'll have a running motor for probably cheaper than what they paid for a whole motor. So, but they didn't really seem like they knew what they're doing anyway.
What's up, Dad? Okay, there. 2.
Pull it up again. 3. Water pump's going on, as well as the thermostat. And we're gonna torque it, because we do things right. If it was my car, I wouldn't torque it, but Cobey wants to.
Don't kill me.
Lipstick on a pig.
Hey.
For now. What color are we gonna paint it?
The engine?
Yeah, you wanna paint it?
No, actually. I haven't thought about it.
Well, you have to clean it really good to make it worthwhile painting it.
Yeah.
Maybe on your boosted motor.
My 2JZ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll make that into two 2JZs.
Exactly.
Imagine a straight, or a V12. It's just two 2Js. That'd be cool.
Yeah, it just sits on that plate.
Yep, and then there should be an O-ring in that gasket kit as well. I believe
Maybe incorrect.
in the water pump.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I found it.
And then I think it just sits in that. Or does it?
Well,
Oh, it goes
yeah,
around.
okay.
Goes around the
That's right.
thermostat.
Boom.
Beautiful. No, this guy goes that way. Yeah, the hose goes down, I believe. Yep.
Okay. Sick.
And that one goes on top. Yep. Nice working time. Shouldn't overheat.
Nice.
I want another head gasket.
That's what he said happened to this engine?
Yeah. And based on all the rust on the block, I have a feeling that water pump was bad. And that's probably why it had a head gasket.
Yeah.
Because if it wasn't leaking, it'd probably be caked in mud. But since it's rusty, it makes me think that it's been leaking water.
Yeah.
Perfect. Water pump done. And the thermostat. We're making progress. So far, so good. Day 2. New shirts, so you know it's day 2.
Yeah.
Cobey did a little bit of cleaning after I left yesterday. It's looking pretty good. But we're still fighting this crank bolt. We have a friend that has a tool that should help us hold that pulley so we can get that thing off. It is just, my big impact is not handling it.
Not even the air one.
Even the air one. But in the meantime, doing some more cleaning. This is the part you're gonna see, so we wanna make it shiny. But we're making progress. It's still pretty crusty, but the important parts are getting cleaned.
Yeah.
So we'll keep you in the loop as we go. Hopefully we can get that pulley off because we need to do cams and timing belt next. But we can't do it until we get that front dampener off. So
I'm still fucking in the same position too.
you're still not done cleaning those?
Shut the hell up.
We got it off. It was kind of a bitch, but we bought a spanner tool. Was able to just lock into the flywheel there and then wrenched it with a jack handle and a breaker bar, and we finally got it off. After buying a tool and then going and getting a tool from a friend that didn't work, it took me a few minutes and we got it off. And then I went to pull the balancer and it literally just fell right off. So all that, and that was really easy, so that's good. So now we can get the rest of the front taken off and then start putting the timing belt and cams on and make sure we get it timed right. So onward.
Is it just like a start time the same? Like, so I'll do this.
Yeah,
that?
starting with this one.
Okay, so both here?
Yeah, each cap count. Think of it like a head bolt. So cap,
Okay.
cap, cap, cap,
Yeah.
etc.
Yeah, I got you.
Torque these also. We put the seal in, but we'll just torque them as well.
Cool.
We got one set of cams in. We got the timing marks lined up. Now Cobey's gonna torque them up.
Yup.
Beautiful. More cams than I'm used to. Everything I have is Chrysler big blocks and one cam. All right, now we'll get the other cam set up and get that torqued down, and then we can continue putting the front of the engine back together. Got the timing belt on. Everything is timed. Cams are all torqued down. So we got the valve covers ready to go. But while we're at it, we're putting a gasket on the EGR pipe and just making sure everything in here is clean and ready to roll. We're making good progress so far. I can button up the front, get all the covers on. I'm gonna spin over the engine a couple times just to make sure that everything lines back up once we get back to TDC. Just make sure everything is staying timed and the belt is staying tensioned good. So I'll do that real quick and see how we look. Valve covers.
Don't even look how dirty they are. I gave up.
That's okay.
Get on there. They should sit on that hole, right? What's up there?
Oh, you gotta make sure you line up those tubes. That's what you're getting caught on.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. They're lined up now, but there's that gap.
You just have to work these holes in with that screwdriver so that seal doesn't get rolled. I think that's all you're fighting.
Are these supposed to go completely
It'll go
inside, or is there
that like that, so it'll go on the outside of the
Okay.
tube.
Okay.
Start on one side and work your way around. Yeah. There you go.
Nice.
Hold this side down while you go around. These are brand new seals. Boom. Now some bolts.
It's probably the worst gasket out of all of them. I hate that one. This washer just does not.
Intake's going on.
This isn't backwards, is it?
No, water jacket or the water thing goes in the front. Get that wire. Oh yeah. Getting close. Yeah, so we should have 4 nuts.
Yeah.
And then
I'll take everything from right here. I've got 4 nuts.
And then 4 bolts. 4 bolts, 4 nuts, I believe. Oh,
No, there's a lot more.
yeah, there's a lot actually.
I have 4 washers too. I don't know where those go.
Those are gonna go on the stud.
Yeah.
The studs on the corner, so.
Now I can use my recycling can.
Yeah. Probably leave the plenum off so it's easier to
Yeah.
put in. This is a big funky thing in the way.
2-part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if there's some other intake.
There's gotta be.
Just like some throttle body intake or something.
Yeah.
Because it looks so clean and nice right now, and then you put that freaking big horseshoe on, and
Bolt right here does not thread all the way through into the.
yeah, that's just gonna be a short bolt.
Yeah.
We can take that other bolt off the intake
Okay.
because we know that's right
So
size.
there's the longs.
Let's see. Yeah, these should be. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna thread all the way. Zip them in.
Last one.
There's one more on the corner too. Oh wait, no, that's just an accessory.
You.
What is that for?
There was another clip that went on somewhere like this one. I think.
Oh, yeah, it's part of your. That's your fuel rail mount, so we'll have to take that off of this here. Yeah.
No.
Gotta keep an eye on it. Security camera so it doesn't move.
Yeah.
Where'd it go?
Beautiful.
Perfect. There we are. Nearly there. We're gonna wait to do the exhaust because we have a couple manifold options. And we also don't know how the 3.4 is gonna fit, if we're gonna do something special with the exhaust. So we'll do that when it's in so that we can make sure it fits good. Our new motor we got came with all the piping, and then we have some of the piping from the first motor we got, so we'll figure that out as we go. We might have to get a little custom. I'm sure some 3.4 swap guy knows exactly what to do, but we'll figure it out. Now we're gonna do the oil pan real quick, reseal that now that we're pretty close, and then we'll start putting the accessories on. So zip this off and make sure we get it sealed up good. What's next?
Put the bitch in the bitch. Put this in that.
Oh yeah.
Check this out. Right there. That's what I was dealing with all trying to take this engine out.
Yeah.
I used like 7 cans of bee spray
Yeah.
for like 3 months.
That's how it goes.
That was awesome.
We're in. So we just made a discovery. The torque converter for this motor is at Cobey's old living situation. So we need to run over there and get that. Then we can get the torque converter in, and then we're gonna start putting this motor in officially. How do you feel about that?
Wonderful. I didn't think we'd get this far today.
We're doing it. We, what is it? One maybe full day so far.
Yeah.
We did half day yesterday and most of the day so far today, but I think we could have it sitting in ready to go before we eat dinner.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what we decide. We're not eating dinner until this is at least sitting in there.
Yeah.
In place.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Sounds good to me. So let's run over to Davey's house and get the torque converter. Got all the parts. Torque converters in there. Now we can officially start putting the motor in. See what we can do today. Off the stand. Beautiful. Officially. Okay. This plate.
Yeah.
The lens is a little dirty from the drive.
Yeah. You want to follow a certain torque spec for this?
I'm sure there is a torque spec.
Yep. There you go.
Boom. Don't say I don't torque things.
Okay, let's see if I don't develop some back problems.
If you can reach that far.
Okay.
You reach it. You gotta lift the whole thing up to get the first. There you go.
There we go. Cool.
Okay.
Dopeness.
We did it.
We need to figure out what bolts are for the right here. Because they're not in here and they're not in those mounts. So they're probably in the bin somewhere.
Are they in the car anywhere?
That would be funny.
Well, we're on a hunt for bolts. So we'll figure that out and then we'll be ready to put it in. All right, back her in. Okay. Bring her up right there. New development. I didn't do any research on a 3/4 swap on this, but it looks like this fucking guy.
Sorry.
Problem we're running into, the front of the oil pan is going to be right in the steering, so we're going to have to figure that out. But for now, we're just going to pull all the steering. It should be clear,
Is that a lightning?
and then we'll see. We'll see if it fits after that.
Ow.
Caught her. I hardly knew her.
See if it'll fit in there. Maybe it's not a 19.
Not quite. Okay. Just a sledge.
Okay.
Let's get a pry bar. It dropped. Oh, there we go. It's off. Yep.
We've got clearance now.
There we go.
Nice.
Okay. Now, back to our regular scheduled program. Oh, we're resting on the diff now. We're as low as we need to go right here, but it seems like the transmission needs to go back. Is it bolted back in, like the mount? Do you remember?
Looks like I'm going solid front diff immediately.
we have some more problems. The engine is resting on the front diff. You can see, maybe. We're resting on the front diff, we were. So we gotta do a little more research and find out about the swap. Yeah, diff's in the way. We've already talked about doing a solid axle swap on this. So we're gonna do some research and see if there's anything else special. I know Cobey, you had mentioned something about
doing a body spacer.
body spacer lift, but
2-inch.
I don't think that's gonna do anything because that's just gonna lift the body up over the motor. We need the axle to go down or the motor to go up, but the transmission can't go up. So we're gonna do some research and we'll get back to you.
I have to go get new axles because it doesn't work. Then we found some on Facebook Marketplace for $450. We'll see if I can lowball him when we get there, but they are, was it FJ80?
FJ40
And then
solid axles.
FJ40 solid axles.
So we're doing a leaf spring solid axle conversion, which will solve all the clearance issues we have currently. And supposedly we're supposed to use the 3.0 motor mounts, so we're also hoping that we have those still. So we'll see.
I know I have one of them, but I think the other one went to the junkyard.
Yeah, we can get a new one.
But that's fine, they're super easy to find. This feels rather impulsive, so I'm having fun with it.
Run with it.
Yep.
It's just money, you'll make more. That's what my grandpa always said.
Exactly, I'll just take out a second mortgage on my house.
I know we said we weren't gonna eat till the motor was in, but we're hungry.
Here's getting the axles.
You can drop it and I'll roll it when it's on the wheels. Yeah, grab that spare.
Yeah.
Slide that. Is that good? Yep. Yeah. Hold that. Oh, perfect. Yeah, we just... Well, I think that's going to be it for this video. Now that we're going to do a solid axle swap, I think we're going to end the video here. So we'll see you guys on the next one when we start tearing the front end apart and get that motor sitting where it needs to sit. Thanks for watching.